Thanks, Philon, and everyone who helped organize this festival. I'm really impressed by how well it's been organized, and I'm excited to be here. I'm going to talk about the virtually rare experiences that we're all sharing, and namely the one I helped coordinate, RareAF, and the third RareAF was this year in the virtual setting. So we'll go through that and something I learned about uh, the metaverse. That's the later. First, let's go back to how it all started. We had the OG Rare Art Festival, of which I was just an attendee. I didn't help organize, but I knew some of the organizers and attended a very packed room full of creative technologists interested in art tokens and all kinds of collectibles. So I got really fascinated by the creative applications for blockchain technology and wanted to be more and more involved with this community, which felt really close and tight knit, which I enjoyed so much. And it was probably the first conference I attended in the crypto space, so I got really excited because it was for creatives. And there were so many great talks by so many great people. You see a few of the organizers here from CryptoPunks. It all started with a tweet by Joe Looney, the founder and creator of the Rare Pepe wallet. And then the Bea Ramos, of Dada was really instrumental in coordinating that event as well. Along with Judy, their whole Dada team is really great. And then the story from that really was the auction at the end, following all the great talks. We had the Homer Pepe auction, which was off-chain, sold for 350,000 Pepe cash, which at the time was worth just shy of $40,000. And then months later in 2018, we had the famous CryptoKitty auction, also off-chain, ethereal, for $140,000 worth of ETH. So as you can see, the origins of this whole RareAF event were shocking auctions and really cool events happening in conjunction with each other throughout an annual cycle, as we do. So next year, we decided to host RareAF 2 in Bushwick at a place called the Bushwick Generator. And it was a little bit larger than the former venue, and we could use it for a longer amount of time. And we're really grateful for the Bushwick Generator offering that space. We had a create-a-thon in addition to a series of talks, which is kind of like a hackathon for non-developers, including some developers. And we also had an auction, as you can see in this picture, organized by Louis and Eleonora. And it was really fun. We got everyone together again and committed to this annual basis for an event like RareAF, which is very quote unquote decentralized. So there's nobody in charge. I asked Joe and the Rare Art Labs team if we could use the RareAF name, and we did a design contest and got a bunch of submissions. This is a very honorable mention by Dada, including many artists who contributed in this visual discussion here. And from that, we actually settled on a logo. The winner of the RareAF design contest was Mattia Cuttini from Italy, who made this great font. So it was not only a stamp work, but also a font, a digital font you can use, and we use for many of the promotional materials. So I thought that was cool. We got it going. It's very much a group effort, and it all started in a Telegram group, and it's more involved with Twitter and other platforms now. But if you're interested in getting involved with RareAF, definitely join that.
The rice might be ready, sweetie.
Oh, good. I'm glad the rice.
Sorry.
Got to eat. But yeah, so unfortunately, we couldn't do something like this in 2020 because of the situation we're all experiencing. This was the party from last year, organized by the people you see listed. And, this is just to illustrate what couldn't happen this year, even though we had some plans for RareAF 3 already in the works. So at some point in March, we committed to doing a virtual Rare Art Festival. The same dates, May 14th to 17th. And we're really excited about this because it was an experiment getting people together from around the world, including everyone who has access to this kind of technology that we've become accustomed to. Of course, that's not everyone, but it felt much more inclusive with anyone around the world being able to join with a laptop or smartphone. And shout out to 0x Bull for making this logo and the Rare 3AF, the RareAF 3 logo I showed earlier. So the VRAF kicked off at the WIP meetup in CryptoVoxels, which is one of the popular VR platforms involving distributed systems and namely Ethereum, the blockchain. So we had a bunch of speakers at this initial event kicking off the festival, and then throughout the weekend we had about 75 presentations and over 80 virtual exhibits being promoted. Had a gallery hop tour, we had some build-a-thon activities, we had a bunch of great interactive discussions alongside the talks by many participants in the community. So one of the cool things about it was this map we got at the end of it, and I'm sure Are We There Yet will have a similar map, which is illustrating, it's just depicting how people from around the world actually joined, as opposed to the previous 2 years having the festival in New York. It was more exclusive. We had live streaming, we had ways to get involved, but it was much more focused on the in-person event rather than the virtual event. So I'm really excited about this idea of the virtual Rare Art Festival, and I hope it continues. And it can be sort of like a glue that connects all of the rare art festivals happening around the world. Because I'm not trying to control, own, or determine how the Rare Art Festival creates itself in coordination with everyone involved. So that's just a thought. One other thought building on that is something I learned during the virtual Rare Art Festival. Is a presentation and other discussions with people involved that weekend, but Synoptic, who is also known as Ivan Podmasko, gave a presentation about several different metaverses, plural. And going into that weekend, I always referred to the singular metaverse. And since then, I've learned more and more about the nomenclature, and I thought it might be worth offering a definition of a metaverse, and then building on that with a goal that we share as participants of this metaverse. But I'm really fascinated by the idea of multiple metaverses coming together, unifying, and creating emergent value. So the definition of a metaverse, as I see it, is a universe about the universe. And I won't get into the complexity of many possible universes in the multiverse, but what I hope to emphasize is the common goal of coordinating around a universal metaverse, which is interoperable and scalable and connected such that we learn from each other in the most efficient and effective way, driving progress through creativity. So that's just the thought I thought I'd share. Really focused on what I'm doing for the Secret Network, which involves privacy solutions for blockchains and their applications. But I'm looking forward to planning and helping coordinate RareAF 4 next year. And there might be potential for some virtually rare experiences in the near future as part of this continuous VRAF.